recommendations for practice. These are the things that we can do when we take the information that we learned in this chapter. The first thing that Northouse talks about is becoming aware. And there's a really cool activity on page 415 that I encourage you guys to go do. And I think that by doing this, it helps us become aware of any potential biases that we may or may not have. That's called the implication associations test. The second thing that I felt Northouse really encouraged us to do was for women in a way that they can approach leadership in a way that helps them overcome the bias expectation to be appropriately female, right? And something that the research showed was that women could use individualized consideration and inspirational motivation. And you can read about that on page 410. For my own recommendations and reading the other sources listed in Northouse, I thought one of the biggest things that we have to do is we have to reevaluate our domestic responsibilities. So the things that we do at home. This is mostly for like men and women, husband, wife, things like this. But making plans, using charts, making timelines, and just divvying out the responsibilities is really going to help this whole problem of the gender gap. Because if men are helping more at home, this allows women to spend more time moving up in their career. And the fourth recommendation that I had was to promote gender-neutral policies. And this is actually something I read about in one of the sources that I'll mention later. And basically, some companies allow paid leave for men. So not just for the women who are pregnant, but for the men as well. And I think that if we're able to promote this 3-month paid leave or whatever it is, for both parents, this is another thing that will really help overcome this leadership labyrinth.